Good morning and welcome, families, staff, community members, and most importantly, our incredible Lopez fifth graders. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate the significant milestone of promotion from elementary to middle school. So as we start the ceremony, I have a confession to make, which is I tried to take a shortcut on writing the speech today. It's a busy time of the year, I have a little bit of a cold, and honestly, I just wasn't in the mood to do my homework, so maybe you can relate to that a little bit. So I've been hearing about this thing called ChatGPT, and if you're not familiar, it's artificial intelligence, and it uses language capabilities to answer questions or write things for you. So I thought I'm going to get ChatGPT to write my speech for me. Now, I do want to be very clear with the fifth graders. This was not going to be academic dishonesty. I was not going to get up and pretend that I wrote it. I was going to say, wow, isn't the technology amazing? And this is how I wrote my speech. So I got on the computer and I put in, write short speech for fifth grade promotion. It was incredible. Within 30 seconds, paragraphs. I read through it. It made sense. It used really excellent vocabulary, and it had lots of inspiring phrases like, we are capable of achieving greatness. But you know, I read over the speech a few times, and there was something wrong with it. And what was wrong with it is that it could have been a speech given at any fifth grade promotion, anywhere, anytime. And it was nothing personal, and it was nothing about our Lopez fifth graders, because ChatGPT doesn't know you. Doesn't know you like we know you. And when I think of Lopez, what I think of is the community and the relationships. And so, we know you and we celebrate who you are. So I wanted to share just a few examples of what it is that we know about you. We know who gets a little over-competitive at football or soccer, but is also the first to congratulate the other team on a job well done. We know who excels academically, but still makes sure that everybody in their group understands by saying, hey, what do you think? We know who seems like they might not be listening, but then all of a sudden they have all these amazing science facts that they know about the topic. We know who notices and makes sure that everybody gets included at recess. And we know who's a little cranky in the morning and who needs 2 hellos before they respond. And we know who's excited and is practically skipping down the hallway in the morning because they're such a morning person and they're so excited to be here. And I could go on, and so could your families and your teachers and your classmates, because we know you and what makes you the unique people that you are. And so as you move on to middle school, that is my hope for you, is that you continue to find your voice and be the person that you are. Congratulations. And now I would like to welcome our music teacher, Mr. Brian Wilcox, and our Lopez fifth graders with a special musical performance.
Goodbye. All right, fifth graders, Miss Martin and I have a poem for you and for your parents' entertainment. Okay? Our poem is called Fortunately and Unfortunately. Fortunately, today, fifth graders are graduating.
Unfortunately, they're leaving, and we'll miss them.
Fortunately, they are not going far away, and their new middle school is in town.
Unfortunately, they've grown right before our eyes and are leaving their childhood behind.
Fortunately, fifth graders are at the top of the leadership ladder at Lopez.
Unfortunately, they will be at the bottom rung of middle school next year. So hopefully, they'll seek first to understand and then be understood and make some new friends.
Fortunately, they have had 5 years of experience with classwork and they know how to put first things first.
Unfortunately, they'll miss all of those assignments this summer, although I have lots of things I could send home with them.
Fortunately, fifth graders worked hard in writing all year and they've really improved.
Unfortunately, they'll be expected to write a lot more in middle school.
Fortunately, students learned all kinds of silly chants and dances to make math fun and memorable.
Unfortunately, you'll have to teach all those things to your sixth grade math teachers next year.
Fortunately, students sure learned how to sharpen the saw, especially at Eco Experience in the skits, the campfire songs, and dancing the limbo.
Unfortunately, they'll seek out new experiences and new friends in middle school.
Fortunately, fifth graders got to enjoy 2 recesses this year.
Unfortunately, there's no recess at middle school.
Fortunately, they loved their teachers' quirks, such as Miss Martin's math songs and movements, and Mrs. Burke's stories and novels.
Unfortunately, you'll have to learn to love and accept a whole new set of quirky teachers in your middle school.
Fortunately, they will continue with PE, art, music, and tech at middle school.
Unfortunately, you say goodbye to Miss Laternus, Miss Link, Mr. Wilcox, and Mrs. Berry.
Fortunately, you've had some wonderful people such as Mrs. Whitesole, Mrs. Hunter, Mrs. Kem, Mrs. Diaz, Mrs. Space, Mrs. Tibbs, Mrs. Wager, Mrs. Vaughn, and Mrs. Littlejohn, helping you with all the things this year.
Unfortunately, they're not leaving going with you next year.
Fortunately, you've had a wonderful principal, Mrs. Day, and a super assistant principal, Mr. Kind.
Unfortunately, some students spent a little more time with them than they should have this year. Next year, they'll need to remember to be proactive and use your wizard brain, not your lizard brain.
Fortunately, Mrs. Berg and Mrs. Martin had a lot of fun teaching you this year.
Unfortunately, all good things come to an end to make room for new beginnings.
Fortunately, today, fifth graders, you are graduating.
Unfortunately, the Lopez staff can't graduate with you, and we stay behind as you move forward with your learning.
Fortunately, you will have many memories of your time spent here at Lopez.
And fortunately, you've made tremendous growth in that time. Congratulations, fifth graders. We're very proud of you.
Thank you so much. Got a lot of papers up here. We are so excited about this part of the program because we get to hand out awards. And our first award is our academic award. I need to explain it a little bit because there is some criteria for this award. We had tremendous growth in 5th grade and we couldn't be more happy how they grew, and I want to give every single student up here a round of applause for that. So please. That we are going to be giving out is an academic award, growth award, and a student had to grow points in math and reading. So these, we had to limit it because we could have been up here all day handing out growth awards. But the qualification is for math and for reading. When we call your name, 5th grader, if you could just come up here. Take a photo op opportunity. Our first academic growth goes to Kiara Heath. Our next academic growth award goes to Charlie French. Our next academic growth goes to Sophia Romero. Our next academic award goes to Jocelyn Clemens. And can we get a big round of applause?
I get to give out the math award, and it is in honor of our very first principal, Richard Ellerby. And Richard Ellerby opened this school, and when he retired, he'd written a book about how to improve math for students using his symbolic arts. And he spent many, many volunteer hours here working with students in those very early grades, kindergarten, first grade, on their number sets using cards. And I've had the privilege of being the math teacher for all the 5th grade students this year. And as I can echo Miss Berg, honestly, I could be up here all day giving math awards. They were just tremendous students, and they really worked hard for me. They know we ended the year with all the step up to 6th grade lessons, so we ended with a bang. I'd like to award the top male and female math students, and we actually had a tie this year. So our top male math student this year is Isaac Moore. And there's a tie for top female, Nadia Hilos. And Avery Wilcox. One more round of applause for these students, as well as all my other independent students. All right, and my next award is also for past Lopez principal. It's for Mr. Norm Chung, who was principal here for a long time. And Norm was from the state of Hawaii. And so the award in honor of him is called the Spirit of Aloha Award. And aloha is something said in Hawaii as both a greeting and to say goodbye to somebody. And he wrote for us, the spirit of aloha is more than a word. It is a friendship and memory, seeds that are cultivated and nurtured with love, understanding, and compassion for others. It is a spirit that flows from the heart and radiates from a smile, a feeling expressed in a kiss, a hug, or a nod of the head to a specially loved one, a friend, or even a stranger. The spirit of aloha is a way of life. It is sharing, singing, and giving oneself for others. To the one who gives, much more aloha's return. Let your life be filled with beautiful friendships and fond memories. Touch a heart, touch a mind, touch a life, and always remember to share the spirit of aloha. Our spirit of aloha students have been especially kind, generous, and shine of heart. Our first award goes to Cassara Anderson. Next, Meadow Newhouse. Kaya Davis. And Katrina Williams. Thank you. Another round of applause for our
next award is our Leader in Me award. We are a Leader in Me school, and so we definitely look for those leadership traits. And so the following students are going to receive a Leader in Me award. Our first student is Elise McShane. Our next student who receives the Leadership Award is Michael Douglas. Our next Leadership Award goes to Nadia Pidos. Our next Leadership Award goes to Avery Wilcox. And if we could get a round of applause, please. All right, if I could have my specials teachers up here, they are going to give some special awards.
This year, the special teachers wanted to recognize students who excelled in their special classes, either through raw talent, dedicated perseverance, or amazing attitude. First, I'll announce the award winners for the music special. Ricky Jenkins. Kiaran Heath. Isaac Moore. And lastly, Alexandra Pearson.
My word is a little bit different for the kids. This one entails the Cooter School District track meet. So there's a district track meet held every year, and all the PE teachers run the events, and the kids try and qualify for these events. And if you qualify for the event, get a little wave. If you went to the event, or a big wave, come on. Okay. But then, from that district track meet, we have the top qualifiers in the whole district. In our school, we have 3, which is pretty special. So, the first one we have for a softball throw is Jocelyn Clemmer. I'm a PE teacher. Sorry. Thank you. Then we have another softball throw, Ruby Roswell. And for the 50-meter sprint, Cal Davis. I got him some running shots. Run up.
Next up, we have technology. And the first award goes to Mikey Douglas. Next up, we have Maria Lopez. Next up, we have Nadia Quiros. And last but not least, Natea White.
Give one more hand to the special award.
We have one last special award to give, and I absolutely love this award. I'm so excited to give it because it's attendance award. We have a perfect attendance 5th grader this year, and she happens to be in my class, and I couldn't be more proud to invite Meadow Newhouse. And not only does she show up every day, but she shows up with a smile. And so she's so deserving.
All right, 5th grade, it's time for graduation. If you'll get off the stage, follow around, just follow around, and then we'll get in order in just a minute. So just get carefully off the stage. It's a lot of reorganizing.
Blake Amos. As the plane flies at top speed, I am headed into a combat mission. In my future, after completing my training at the Air Force Academy, I will be an Air Force pilot. My goal is to serve my country and protect its citizens. Briella Chamberlain. As the singers vocalize and harmonize the beats and words in the studio, I pull it all together in one magical arrangement. In my future, I will attend Berkeley College and get my degree in music production. My goal is to be the best music producer in all of Colorado. Asiel Chavarria. Passing, sprinting by the defender, and shooting the ball, I scored the winning goal. In my future, after playing college soccer for North Carolina, I will be signed to play for Paris Saint-Germain. My goal is to set the record for the most goals scored in a single season and be known worldwide.
Pasando, corriendo por el defensor y disparando la pelota, anoto el gol de la victoria. En mi futuro, después de jugar fútbol universitario para Carolina del Norte, me tratarán para jugar en el Paris Saint-Germain. Mi objetivo es establecer el récord de más goles marcados en una sola temporada y ser conocido en todo el mundo.
Jocelyn Clemmer. In the emergency room, I rush to a patient that needs my help. In my future, after getting a degree from Duke University, I will be an ER nurse. My goal is to provide excellent medical care for all of my patients. Camila Contreras. As the brush moves across the canvas, I create another colorful work of art. In my future, after getting an art degree from California Institute of the Arts, I will be an artist. My goal is to be successful and to be known worldwide for my creative designs. Will Davis. Running, jumping, and hurdling, I compete and win a gold medal. In my future, after business college and several appearances in the Olympic Games, I will be an award-winning track athlete. My goal is to eventually become a coach and sit on the board of directors for the USA Track and Field organization. Michael Douglas, with 3 seconds left, feet planted, I let go of the ball, and with a little magic, swoosh. The crowd goes wild and we win the championship. In my future, after playing college ball at North Carolina, I will be drafted to play for the Chicago Bulls. My goal is to be the Rookie of the Year, followed by a successful NBA career. Elder. As I am in my workspace, editing the gaming video, I'm preparing for it to go viral. In my future, after getting a degree from Northwestern Kansas Technical College, I will be a YouTuber. My goal is to be known worldwide and have over 30 million subscribers. Lake Essery. As the ball is passed, I dribble, shoot, and score. The stadium explodes with cheers. In my future, after playing college soccer, I will be signed to play for Wrexham Football Club. My goal is to be the highest scoring striker in the Central League. When the curtains open and the spotlight illuminates the stage, suddenly my music flows over the audience. In my future, after receiving training at Juilliard, I will be a professional musician. My goal is to entertain audiences and become known worldwide and sell out arenas. Nay, quack, oink, and moo, the animals at the farm are filling the summer mornings with chatter. In my future, I will enjoy many days visiting my favorite farm animals at the farm and my friends and families along with me. My goal is to bring joy to everyone with my smile. As the sirens roar, a car has been stolen and I am on my way to investigate. In my future, after graduating from the police academy, I will be a police officer. My goal is to help people and keep the city streets peaceful and safe. Miles Johnson, passing, dribbling, and shooting. I am playing the best basketball game of my life. In my future, after playing and receiving a degree from CSU, I will be drafted to the NBA and play for the Denver Nuggets. My goal is to be famous and encourage others to follow their dreams. Apple Laternus, pleading, arguing, and closing cases, I protect our world from criminals. In my future, after receiving a degree from Stanford, I will be a defense attorney. My goal is to keep our world safe from crime. Attending, examining, and vaccinating, I protect the livelihood and health of animals. In my future, after receiving a degree from Colorado State University, I will be a veterinarian. My goal is to provide excellent excellent medical care for all of my animal patients. Maria Nestis. As the models stroll down the runway, the lights are shining bright on my marvelous designs. In my future, after attending the Fashion Institute of Technology, I will be a fashion designer. My goal is for women and men all over the world to wear my creations. Shukmonitu Mora Blackout. Listening, observing, and considering all sides, I decide what is right in my courtroom. In my future, after attending Harvard University, I will be a judge. My goal is to be one of the best and most reasonable and make the most fair decisions. Alyssa Riley Pendarvis. As the sun shines down and the waves crash on the beach, I begin a new day studying marine life. In my future, after earning a degree from UCLA, I will be a marine biologist. My goal is to research and rescue endangered marine species and learn about all amazing sea life. Katrina Rolvis. Supporting, assisting, and adapting, I will provide opportunities for my students to learn and thrive. In my future, after receiving a degree from Michigan State University, I will be a special education teacher. My goal is to teach and inspire students to do and be their best. Sophia Romero. Lights, camera, action. Filming has begun on my latest movie. In my future, after college at CSU, I will be an actress. My goal is to make people laugh and smile and enjoy my character. Ruby Roswell. As I check the patient's vital signs, I try to relieve the pain and suffering of my ill patient. In my future, after earning a degree at Duke University, I will be a hospice nurse. My goal is to focus on the care, comfort, and quality of life of my patients. Iris Ryan. As the children come to the door, I greet them and let them into my classroom as the day begins. In my future, I will be an elementary special education teacher. My goal is to make a difference and support my students to be their best. Aron Sanchez Vargas. Running down the field to the goal, I score and celebrate. In my future, I want to be a professional soccer player. My goal is to be the best striker with the most goals on my team.
Corriendo por el campo hacia la portería, anoto y celebro. En mi futuro quiero ser futbolista profesional. Mi objetivo es ser el delantero con más goles de mi equipo.
Sophia Spink. At the bustling animal clinic, I diagnose a patient and then dash off to save another animal's life. In my future, after vet school, I will be a veterinarian with my own practice. My goal is to save the lives of many animals and find forever homes for animals in need.
Sarah Anderson. Demolition, building, and designing. I help people create their dream home. In my future, after college at the University of Alabama, I'll be an interior designer. My goal is to make homeowners happy with the details, beauty, and functional space of my designs. Ashlyn Clemmer. As the curtain opens, the spotlight hides me on stage, and I begin my performance. In my future, after receiving my degree from CSU, I'll be an actress. My goal is to be a well-known actress and go from the big stage to an eventual big screen. Sean Crosby. As I step into the ring, I think of a strategy to win the title. In my future, after serving in the Navy and earning a degree in business, I will be a UFC fighter. My goal is to be a top-ranked fighter, demonstrating to people that if you work hard, you can achieve anything. Natea Drive. Diagnosing, vaccinating, and performing surgery to protect the health and well-being of animals. In my future, I'll be a veterinarian and have my own practice. My goal is to provide excellent medical care for all of my four-legged patients. Charles French. As I enter my corner office with you, I begin to make major corporate decisions. In my future, after college at Harvard, I'll be a CEO of a large technology company. My goal is to run a successful business that spans the globe. Joshua Herrero. Shuffling, using my quick thinking as strength, I stop the striker from scoring. In my future, playing college soccer for Notre Dame, I will make my debut for Barcelona. My goal is to be the best defender that the world of football has ever seen.
Abriendo mis pies, usando mi rapidez mental y mi fuerza, evito que el delantero marque. En mi futuro, después de jugar al fútbol universitario en Notre Dame, debutaré con el Barcelona. Mi objetivo es ser el mejor defensa que el mundo del fútbol haya visto jamás.
Emily Howley. In the examination room, I consult and prep my patients. In my future, after receiving an RN degree from Stanford University, I will be a pediatric nurse. My goal is to provide excellent care for my young patients. Joshua Hinch. Scrubbed, sterilized, and ready for surgery, I enter the operating room, prepared for the heart transplant. In my future, after attending University of Washington Medical School, I will be a cardiac surgeon. My goal is to save lives and work at UC Health. Torn Hunter. As I sit in the cockpit, prepped and ready for flight, I await the assigned instructions. In my future, I will attend the U.S. Naval Academy and be a naval fighter pilot. My goal is to train and fly to protect the citizens and seas of the USA. Hunter McMullen. Creating, managing, and monitoring systems, I protect my company's data and network. In my future, after college, I will be a cybersecurity engineer. My goal is to work for a trusted company and ensure my clients' online information is secure. Isaac Moore. As I look at the weather patterns on the radar, I prepare my notes for the newscast. In my future, after receiving a degree from CSU, I will be a meteorologist. My goal is to make the viewers happy by making accurate forecasts. Meadow Newhouse. As I come into the operating room, hands scrubbed, I am prepping and ready for surgery. In my future, after earning an RN degree from Colorado Mesa University, I'll be a cardiac surgery nurse. My goal is to provide excellent care for all my patients and send them home happy and healthy. Jim Payton. As I step up to the plate on first pitch, I send the ball out to the stadium. Home run. In my future, after playing college baseball, I'll be drafted to play in the Colorado Rockies. My goal is to work hard and set home run records in the MLB. Alexandra Pearson. As I start the day in my studio and in my latest video, I get inspiration from my next creation. In my future, I'll be a successful YouTuber by sponsoring games and selling merchandise. My goal is to have over 25 million subscribers and get a custom play button. Nadia Kilos. As the bell rings, I hear the chit-chatter of my students entering the classroom, and I get ready for our morning meeting. In my future, after receiving my master's degree, I will be an elementary school teacher. My goal is to have a safe, positive environment where my students learn and feel heard. Basil Smordell. As the camera rolls and the drama intensifies, I deliver my lines on cue. In my future, I'll be a famous actress, providing entertainment to my fans. My goal is to be known worldwide for my work in television and on the big screen. Kristen Sully. As the sun rises, I am on the naval ship, ready to deploy quickly whenever and wherever needed. In my future, after basic training, I will be a Marine. My goal is to serve and protect the United States of America. Helen Stanley. As I sit at the airport lounge thinking of new ideas, my next chapter comes to me. In my future, after college at Emory University, I'll be an author. My goal is to see my books fly off the shelves and into the hands of my readers. Emily Simone Swanti Lepori. As I take my place on stage, the curtain goes up and the music begins, and I start my performance. In my future as a professional dancer, my goal is to do what I love and get paid for it. Micaiah Todd. As I come into my classroom, I see the smiles. I'm excited to teach little minds to learn every day. In my future, I want to be a preschool teacher. My goal is to someday work at Lopez and help young students develop skills for life. Finley Walker. Providing care, giving shots, and performing surgery, I help care for reptiles. In my future, I'll attend CSU and receive a veterinarian degree. My goal is to be a leading veterinarian in amphibian healthcare. Avery Wilcox. Examining, testing, and note-taking, I ensure that the forests of the West are healthy. In my future, after earning a zoology degree, I'll study animal habitat relations as an ecologist. My goal is to reduce the negative impact that humans have on animals in their natural habitat. Ewan Wright. Catching the ball, running, and dodging the opponent, the end zone is in sight. In my future, after a football career at CSU, I'll be drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs. My goal is to play my best and be a Super Bowl champion. All right, 5th grade graduates. I want to just leave you with one final message, and that is that you're leaving Lopez, but you take with you all of that you've learned here. All the love that you've gotten from your teachers and from each other, and all of those habits that make you a leader. So I know you'll be leaders in your next school. Can we get a round of applause for that?